Hey folks, I'm back. Listen, today I want to talk to you guys about being forgetful. Why is it that we're forgetful? That's the question I'm going to throw out there to you guys. Hope you guys catched it, caught the question. Now, what I want you to do is now, at this point, at this very moment, and at this very time, is listen to what I have to say. Check this, right? We're surrounded by so many signs, symbols, messages, warnings, lectures, and messengers throughout our life so we don't forget. We were created forgetful. This is why that we have so many reminders. It's like this. It's when you flop, when you fall, and when you fail, then later you will prevail, providing that you take heed of these signs, of these lessons. Now, I want to give you a few examples of what kind of reminders take place in our life. Throughout your week, I'm sure that you're bound to hear a lecture from someone. You're bound to hear a bit of advice from someone. Someone's about to warn you of something, or you need to prepare for something. Someone's either propping you up, preparing you for something, either an exam, or it may be something in your life that they're advising you on. Now these act as reminders. Your children are a reminder because they're the ones that help you to fix up, mend your ways, because they reflect what you do. They copy, they're replicas of who you are. And if there's something that you dislike in them, then you're meant to reflect and refine yourself. So that's an example of being forgetful. We forget who we are, but then there's reminders. Our spouses are reminders of who we really are. Because they're the ones that will tell you and show you a different side of you that other people have not seen, which is behind closed doors. And your friends, your colleagues, your workmates, your associates are just reminders of who you act out in front of them. There's a big difference between who you really are and who you are, if that makes any sense. Are is the one who you portray. This is who I am. But then there's a different side of you. And that's where your spouse comes into play and tells you, no, you're really like this. They'll give you a different perspective. That's what it is. Now, those are just a few examples of people giving us reminders. Because we forget. So therefore they're reminding us of who we are or what we need to do in our life. When we're about to cross the road, there's always signs, there's always symbols. When we're about to go to a street, there's a sign or a sign that says this is X road, name of this road, name of this street. We're surrounded by signs. Look anywhere and everywhere around you. There's a sign so you don't forget. There's a landmark so you don't forget. A landmark with a sign. Time has a sign. It's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. That's a sign there because it's telling you and it's preparing you for something. Time, you know. That's what it is. We're surrounded by signs, messages, so we don't forget. Now, why is it when we're surrounded by all of these things, we still forget? Check this out. I've come to some findings, some conclusions right here, right now, and there's probably much more out there than what I'm about to tell you. Now, check this. It could be lack of reflection, that you're forgetful. Ignorance and arrogance, you may think that you know it all, but just because that you know it all, it doesn't mean to say that you act upon what you know. So therefore you're only regurgitating what you hear or what you read to others, and it doesn't get any further than that. Or the third thing that could be is, let me just retract what I was just about to say, nearly forgot, I was on a roll there, right here, right now. We don't reflect. We don't take heed. We don't seek to educate ourselves. We don't seek to humble ourselves and embrace ideas. This is what I'm talking about. I want to give you an example of two people, right? They both absorb things. One is a lazy person, one is an active person. Now, they're absorbed by so much information that gets put into their head on a daily basis, right? The active person will take that knowledge and turn it into action. Now the lazy person will only take it in and regurgitate it. That's about as far as it goes. That is the difference between the two. I hope you're able to distinguish which one you are, because it's all about acting upon the knowledge and the reminders that get relayed to you, that you learn in life. This is what it's about, my friends. And it's also to do with habitual habits of behavior. When you're not meant to do something and there's people reminding you, don't do that, it's very offensive. Or be careful of this person, or be careful of that. You need to take heed. You need to listen to what they have to say, or what they're saying. Yes, you have a choice, but we're in this era where it's all about people think that they know it all. They're overnight teachers. But really, they don't know anything. Knowledge is just regurgitated amongst a lot of people out there. Only a few actually take action through the knowledge that they learn. This is what I'm talking about, people. It's all linked to knowledge and taking action, changing your habits, and not regurgitating what you hear, what you read to others out there, people. It's all about being mindful. The more mindful, the more you get into a habit of becoming and practicing being more mindful, the less likely that you are to forget. I'm sure if you've got an exam or something that is really important, there's a high possibility that you won't forget that. There's a high possibility that you will do your utmost best to prepare for an exam. If something important comes your way, you will do your utmost best to prepare for it. But what it is, at times, we devalue things. We don't give something its due value. This way that we forget it, or this way that we disregard it, and this way that we put it to the side, because we don't give it much importance. But really, the thing that you've just disregarded can be one of the most important and crucial thing that you may have to deal with. So people, I've just gone on. I do apologise if I've slightly sidetracked, but I hope you guys get the gist. I hope you guys get my point. If you guys have anything to say, by all means, please, people, leave a comment below. Don't be shy, don't be silent. And always seek to learn, to empower and inspire the lives of many, as well as yourself. Bye for now.